Hi everyone, welcome to the work group serving um, weekly benchmarking sync. Today is August 14th and the meeting is being recorded. Let's get started. Um, I had a few things listed here. We can go over the 0.2 planning since we are done with the 1.1 release. Then we'll take a look at the uh, new issues that we want to triage, look at some open PRs. And finally, if there are any open topics, let's add them to the end of the list and then we can go over those. Okay, let me, let's start with the V0.2 planning. So I just created 0.2 milestone. We previously had one for 0.1, where we basically tagged the issues that we wanted to get into the 0.1 milestone. Similarly, I think it would be good for us to start tagging anything we want to get into 0.2. Currently, I'm thinking we can take a little more than 2 weeks to get some of the things that some of the recent changes people have been making that are in flight, plus a couple more issues that we want to take up. It would be good to do some frequent releases so we can sort of qualify the release and have the latest supported features published as a part of those. Yeah, let me know if you have any comments or questions around it. We can briefly go over the 0.2 candidates. So I think Aishwarya, you are looking at the tracing one.
Right.
Should we get that in to the next release?
Yeah, I'm planning to complete it in the next 2 days. It was a difficult week for me, so I will do it in the coming 2 days.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah, let me pull this into 0.2.
So I think the question that I had, the two options that I shared, right? Whether to introduce a new section config called a trace replay or to just incorporate within load gen or data gen. I think everyone agrees that it should be merged with the existing ones. So I think that's good.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead with the implementation.
yeah, let's go with that. I think Jason had a comment about putting it
Yeah,
in
I did
data
answer.
gen
Yeah.
versus load gen. Yeah. Um,
Right. So basically, I feel that the trace files will have both kinds of it has data about that it has all the timestamps and it also has the request token count, input token count, output token count, both, right? So we can choose to ignore the uh, token, basically the request length information, and we can just use the timestamps. And this can be a valid use case when I want to replicate, when I want to simulate a periodic trend in requests. And when I don't know what kind of requests I'm getting, and I just know that, okay, this is the distribution. Maybe I can use the timestamps and generate the traffic. It sounds like a plausible use case to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so it can be all three cases, right? One is you use the timestamps. Second one is you use only the month length. The third one is use both.
Correct. That's what. So I think the question was whether just using timestamps is a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a valid use case.
Yeah.
yeah. Timestamps alone probably makes sense, but I don't know if people who want to replay the traces uh, would do just that. Um, yeah, I would say it is okay to support that, but I would think the primary one is like the ones that are listed here, right? Which is
Correct.
your timestamp and input output tokens at a minimum would be the um, default, I would assume, right? So I would say, yeah, it's
Right.
okay to support the timestamp and then have one of our synthetic data gens or even ShareGPT to generate the distribution. But I wouldn't say that would be the primary way people would use it. Right? It's
That's
basically
correct.
good to
That's
have.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we won't have any restrictions on that, right? Like we will allow data gen as constant and load gen as trace replay if people would want to use that.
Yeah, I think so. If people want to use that, yeah, we should make that available. Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I think that's fine as a configuration mode, and maybe just more details on like the approach, because effectively, like, we only have a singular notion of a data gen, like you can only load one data gen, right? And essentially what this introduces when you configure this for load gen is that it would still need to use a data gen just for the timing supported from the file.
Correct. And I think the data gen would also, so we don't have a distribution here. We'll have to generate requests based on the values here, like context tokens and generated tokens, for example. So the data gen also is kind of new.
Yeah.
So it would be a new type for both. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So
like
trace replay as a data gen would be like, because I have this, I'll be streaming each record, and based on the values of input and output tokens, I would be like generating requests. Mostly input, yeah.
like I suppose the load gen trace config option would be a new load timer that references the data file timings.
Correct. Correct. And same with the data gen.
Yeah, and data gen would just be a new data gen.
Correct. Which would also reference the input tokens, for example.
Yeah. Does that approach make sense to everyone?
Yeah, there might be some difficulty in connecting those two when you need to send, let's say you pick a row from the trace file, and then you have to make the request at that particular time. So there might be some work involved. So
Correct.
once you get into the nitty-gritties, yeah, you'll see. We can discuss that.
Yeah, yeah. I think there should be some kind of a sleep between two traces. I need to like figure that out. But I think the overall approach is clear to me, and I can start the implementation.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. Since we have higher level agreement, let's get started and we can iterate on the PR.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Aishwarya. Yeah, we'll take a look at the needs triage in a minute. Any other already triaged one we want to bring in? What about automatic request rate sweeps, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll mark this as far as 0.2 as well.
There's also the open PR to defer the like data gen to the worker processes. There's no issue for it. I can create it so we can stamp it, but I do think that one should go in. And it also will affect the trace config a little bit.
Yeah, I think we can get this one in. Yeah, the overall change looked good to me. once you address the type check issues and stuff, I think we can add it, create an issue, and we can tag it to milestone 0.2.
I'll also take a look at this tier.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Thanks.
So I had one issue on like adding one more runtime, which is TGI. I feel that it won't be like as popular. I mean, it won't be as popularly used as VLLM, but I think it would be a good story to have that we support more runtimes, more than one runtimes. What do you think?
Yeah, adding a new runtime sounds good to me. One thing I wanted to mention here is like someone actually ran it against Olama, right, our existing one, and it works because we are supporting OpenAI API format, right, with completion and chat completion. So TJ also, I'm assuming,
does support, yeah.
Does support, right? So it might just be a matter of one, changing our config to not just specify VLLM, specify like Olama or TGI, and validating that it works on TGI, essentially, right?
Okay, I can start with that, yeah.
Yeah, because like, yeah, go ahead, Sachin.
Yeah, I was working on integrating with TensorRT a while back. Yeah, like you said, because we standardize on the API, that becomes easier. The only additional work that you have to do is the metrics collection part, because the Prometheus metrics that they export are different, which you're familiar with, Aishwarya, anyway. So I think you'll have to map it with TGI metrics.
And that's what I'm interested in, in bringing a new runtime. I think as we are OpenAI compliant, we should be fine. But yeah, the consistency in metrics, there's actually a lot of difference in TGI and VLLM metrics. Similarly, the TensorRT and TensorRT and VLLM are kind of similar, but TGI seems to be very different, like as compared to VLLM. So, Ashok, one question around this. So I think there was this one discussion around metrics unification, right? And we had listed, you had listed down like all the metrics, and then basically VLLM, TensorRT, TGI, and whether they are supporting it, whether they are adding support for it, or whether they have not. I mean, it's basically a tracker for every metric type.
Yeah, this one here.
Correct.
Yeah, I think this is the current list on which ones are there. So some folks from the community are trying to contribute specific metrics, but ideally it would be good to have all these different metrics available, right?
Correct. So for TGI, I think that they don't support time to first token at all. They have like a different way of supporting, as in we can calculate the prefill time plus the queue time. Queue time plus prefill time is equal to time to first token is their definition of TTFT metric. So how do we drive? How do we like make sure that these metrics are in place? Because that will be good for our benchmarking tool.
Agree. So there are obviously, there are a couple of options here, right? One, we can basically say we want to standardize the definition and report specific metrics, find the appropriate metric on each model server and expose only those, which obviously if the definitions are different, it takes a lot more work, right? The other option is to basically just take the top 5 to 10 metrics, whatever definition that the current model server has, and just export it as is, right? At this point, I'm inclined to basically say let's do that, and then since this is basically an additional set of metrics we are providing in addition to what the benchmarking client is reporting, it's up to the users on making sense of the actual set of metrics, right? So in that case, we can just like do what we did with VLLM, where when they specify TGI, we look for those specific metrics from Prometheus and just report them.
I see. So our reports might have different metrics for different runtimes then,
Yeah.
right?
For
Got
the
it.
Prometheus metrics, yeah.
Correct. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think that
Ashok,
would be a good place to start. Sachin?
I was going to say, can you share this doc? This looks quite useful.
Yeah, let me put a link in our notes. Workgroup serving members should have access to this. Yeah, so then I'll create an item for TGI. Sachin, do you want to take up Triton TensorRT LLM?
Yeah, I can look into that.
Support? Okay, I'll create one for that too. I think the OpenAI format, it should work. The main thing is metrics. We just need to add in the corresponding metrics. And I think this doc actually lists the metric name and what are the popular ones that the other ones have to. So
thanks.
You should be able to add those. Yeah.
I think there's an existing issue for TGI, so
Okay.
we can use that. Yeah.
Let's just use that. Yeah, maybe it got marked as stale or something. I'll take a look. Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah, request rate sweeps, model support, tracing support.
Do we want to add rounds per user or multi-turn?
Yeah. Let's do multi-turn chat or rounds per user. And sweeps against multiple models. I don't know what it entails. Yeah, maybe we can ask the inference gateway folks to see this is important and then include it. Otherwise, we can push it out to the next release. Jason, can you follow up there?
Yeah.
Thank you. A request timeout seems to be simple. We'll see once the main ones are done, maybe if someone has capacity to take that up. Which one, Sachin?
The request timeouts. I can look into that.
Okay. Request timeouts.
That's 148.
This one.
Brendan's already looking into this.
I don't know if Brendan had time to take this up. Brendan, do you want to add this, or I can assign to Sachin?
Feel free to assign it to Sachin. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to pick this one up.
Okay. Cool. The ShareGPT generation hits stop iteration. Is this did we address this, Jason, or is still an open one?
I think this is still an open one.
It looks like someone responded here.
I think my change for deferring the requests to the worker procs covers this.
Okay.
But I'll follow up on this.
Okay, yeah. If we can follow up and close that, I think that would be good. It looks like we do get enough attention to good first issues, so we should probably tag more things with like actual instructions that someone can take up. And the SIGINT issue, is this something we want to include, Jason?
I don't think this one is necessary, but yeah, I don't think it's necessary to hit the cut. This is like nice to have.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I think we have a good initial list to start with. If anything is missing, I'll add them there. And then we'll work across our milestone over the next couple of weeks. Let's look into the new issues that we need to triage. Support for populating Hugging Face token values from secrets. Yeah, I think this is something we are not doing today. Go ahead, Brendan.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
I was just saying it would be good to add this because it's currently missing, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's not a complicated issue. It's mostly just we're putting in the Hugging Face tokens in plain text. Maybe being able to reference a Kubernetes secret would be nice.
Yeah. Even in the non-Kubernetes case, it would be good if we can look at like a specific environment variable specified, since config file, people might not want to put the token in. Cool. Do you have time to take this, Brendan?
Likely sometime next week, yes.
Cool. Yeah, let's respond to the feature. Oops. Okay, going back here, add support for Bilsum and Infinity Instruct. I think this is from the Gateway folks. Decode heavy, prefill heavy cases. Yeah, I think this would be good to have. I'm not sure if we need to add this immediately. Yeah, I'll backlog for now and then maybe follow up with them to see if they can contribute. Okay, support for custom HTTP headers, routing strategy. Yeah, I think this is pretty useful and simple change that we can make. Maybe I can take this up. I think this seems like a bug. I don't know if Shreya had a chance to look into it.
Yeah, I think you can assign this to me. I'll take a look.
Yeah. Sounds good. It's like you're tagged already, so we'll yeah, when you have some time, please take a look.
Yeah.
Remove the needs stretch. Support log normal input and output distribution. So this is to make our distribution more real world. Currently, we are doing normal distribution. So this would be good to have, but I don't think it's a blocker for 0.2. So I'll backlog it, and maybe if I have some time, I can look into it. Or if someone has some time freeing up, feel free to take this up as well. Yeah, support is set SLO threshold level and calculate good put. I think this is a good one as well, but probably not for 0.2. Anyone has any thoughts? Okay, we'll backlog this. I think model scope, we basically added the yeah, well, we should be able to close it out. Cool. I think those are all the main ones. So yeah, let's continue towards 0.2 and see if we can get these top 5 items in. Anything else from anyone? We are a little over today. Okay, see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.